I want to go to the app. Yeah.
What's up, Internet? My name is AppSlug, and welcome to AppSlug, the show where I look at Android apps on my Galaxy S5, and today I'm looking at Traffic Buster, which is a free-to-play game on the Google Play Store. It might be on iOS, I really don't know. I guess first and foremost, off the bat, if you want to get rid of all the ads, you can become a pro here, and that is, come on, I clicked on it. Hello? Clicking on Become a Pro, and it's not working. Awesome. Also a good start here. $1.24. So that is what it costs you to get rid of the ads in this game. But I don't care that much. And it's a pretty simple game. It's a pretty simple puzzle. I want to say it's action puzzle? I don't know. We'll play it. We'll get into it here. Yeah, alright. So, we're just going to do easy. So, I'm going to be looking at the phone here because this game is a little tricky. Oh, I already failed. So, to explain to you how this game works, you have 4 different directions where cars are coming from, and we're just going to hit retry here. And you are tapping the cars to make them go faster, or you're tapping them to make them stop. So that is the extent of the gameplay here. They will only stop for so long, and then they'll get annoyed and go, okay, I need to go because I have to be to work, etc., etc. And it is very simply a high score game. So what is the highest score you can get moving these cars and trucks and buses before inevitably there is a crash? And that reminds me of the Burnout series, and anything that reminds me of the Burnout series, I think, is a good thing. And I wish EA, actually gave a shit about the Burnout series. But be that as it may, that's an entirely different topic. And then the cars kind of crash here, and, explosions happen, and it's a very simple game, but at the same time, it is accomplishing the goals that it sets out to do, and I find that very effective. We're actually going to get out of here for a second, back to the menu. One thing I noticed in this game that I don't notice in a lot of games is actually there's an option for graphics. So you've got low, medium, and high. You don't see that in a lot of games, or at least not a lot of games that I've seen on the Android App Store that I've been playing the past few weeks. So I'm going to play it here on medium, on low. On my S5, it looks to me this it runs the same for me, regardless of the level of graphics. So it's not running any better. But I would imagine if you had a phone that was not as good as the S5, perhaps less RAM or whatever, it would run better having it on a lower graphic option. So let's actually go back out. Now that I totally managed to hose that within 2, go back out here and put the graphics back on high, where they should be. I'm going to play one time on high. I'm going to fail spectacularly on hard here. I'm going to try to concentrate and do better than I did. Stop. Go, 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 go. That's alright. So, on hard, cars will come behind cars much faster than easy or medium. And so when you tell a car to stop, you gotta know what you're doing, because there could be a car behind that, and then it just causes a fender bender, which causes this, million car pileup. So, we're gonna play one more time on easy, and then, you will have gotten the idea. It's not a very complex game. You can watch 3 videos of ads to get the ads disabled for an hour. But if you're playing this game for an hour, I'm wondering what in the world you're doing, because there are games that are much more complex that would be a better use of your time on Android. And I played a few, so go watch those other videos. But this is an excellent, I have a few minutes in line kind of a game. And it is certainly satisfying to get a high score, which mine is like 56, which is not a very high score, but my strategy is just making cars just go. It's just like, just go. If there's a problem, I'll make you stop, but on easy, just go, because it's occasionally the touches for me, I feel like aren't registering like I want them to, but that might be a mistake on my end, or perhaps because I had this hooked up to a capture kit at the moment. That is, there goes that thing. 37. That's not a bad score. I don't know that I could ever get to 100, but I certainly might spend some time trying to get to 100. We'll see. But still, the end part where everything crashes and explodes is pretty satisfying. I will certainly give it that. So we are gonna bop out of here, back to the main menu. This has been Traffic Buster. I'm playing it on Android on my Galaxy S5. This has been, as always, AppSlug. This has been AppSlug, and I will see you next time right here on this channel. And I'm out.